What if the worst day of your life was not the end of your story, but the moment your story quietly changed direction? What if the person who would one day save your heart first appeared only after your heart had already been broken? What if destiny sometimes waits until everything you once believed about your life has completely fallen apart? Because before there was love, there was loss. Before there was Elizabeth, there was Margaret. And before the wheelchair, there was a little boy with impossibly big dreams. Colin was only 8 years old when his father died. 8, an age where children should worry about homework and football games, not funeral clothes and hushed conversations. He didn't fully understand what death meant. He only understood that suddenly his father wasn't there anymore. One evening his father had kissed his forehead and told him, "Study hard, champ. One day you'll build something great." The next week, his mother was wearing black. The house that once echoed with laughter became strangely quiet. Colin noticed the changes slowly. The empty chair at the dinner table, the way his mother avoided certain rooms, the way adults spoke in whispers when he walked in. Poor Margaret. How will she manage alone? She's still so young. Colin didn't know why people looked at him with pity. He just knew that at night, sometimes, he could hear his mother crying softly in her bedroom. But every morning when she opened the door, she was smiling. After the funeral, life became something new. It was no longer a family of 3. It was just Colin and Margaret. No siblings. No relatives nearby. No backup. Just the 2 of them against the world. Margaret was determined that her son would never grow up feeling like he had lost something. So she became everything. Mother, father, teacher, protector, provider, encourager, and sometimes his best friend. She worked long hours as a nurse at the local hospital, night shifts, double shifts, holidays, weekends. But no matter how exhausted she was, she always came home with the same warm smile. "Did you finish your homework?" she would ask. "Almost," Colin would reply. "Almost is not finished." And he would rush back to his books. Discipline lived in that house, but so did laughter. Margaret refused to allow pity to enter their lives. "We may not have everything," she would say, "but we have enough." Faith was the foundation of their home. Sunday mornings were sacred. No excuses. No oversleeping. Margaret would wake Colin early. "Church first, then breakfast," she would say. They would walk together down the quiet street to their small neighborhood church. The wooden doors, the smell of old hymn books, the soft sound of the organ, Ash Wednesday reflections, Good Friday silence, Easter celebrations filled with flowers and music, Christmas hymns sung under candlelight. Colin didn't always understand the sermons, but he understood one thing clearly. His mother believed deeply that God had a plan for his life, and every Sunday she prayed the same prayer. "Lord, protect my son, guide his future." Colin wasn't like most boys. He wasn't loud. He wasn't rebellious. He was quiet, observant, always watching, always thinking. At school, teachers noticed him quickly. While other students struggled with math problems, Colin solved them easily. Numbers made sense to him. Patterns fascinated him. Puzzles excited him. It was as if his mind could see connections others couldn't. One afternoon, his teacher asked, "Colin, how did you solve this so quickly?" Colin shrugged. It just made sense. The class stared at him. To them, it looked like magic. To Colin, it was simply how his brain worked. Everything changed the day Margaret brought home an old computer.